The basic elements of music. Lesson 20, Articulations. Presented by SARAHTIM Music Publishing. Lesson 20, Articulations. Okay. Articulations are added to the notes so that there's a different emphasis or way of articulating the sound. So we're just going to get used to what these symbols are today. For listening and for viewing how these symbols work, we're going to reference music by Rossini and Anton Bruckner and Gustav Mahler. So I would encourage you to check out these links and watch some of these performances. The first one is the accent. The musician is to give an extra stress or emphasis to the specific note when this symbol appears, either above or below the note. Okay. Rossini used it in the Barber of Seville. As a side note, let me show you what these symbols are right here. Okay. So notice it's a whole note with two lines underneath. It's actually showing the musician they need to repeat the note over and over again as if they were actual sets of 16th notes. So this is the abbreviation of this passage. And quarter notes, this is the abbreviation for this passage here. Okay. So Rossini has accented these phrases here. Okay. So notice the accent symbol, and notice there is no accent here. So this passage should be played differently than this. This gets the extra emphasis. This gets a more mild sound. Okay. So the accent. Next one is marcato, and that's a V that's upside down. Okay. And Bruckner used it in his 8th Symphony, and I've given you the time reference where you hear this passage, 8 minutes and 55 seconds into it. So there's a little bit of separation, but you can see the articulation is different. Okay. Here's the accent, and here's the marcato. So the marcatos. Okay, staccato is to play with separation between the notes. And that's indicated with a dot above or below, not on the side, not like the dot at half note. Okay, okay. So these are all played very short. Da 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 da. Very short and separated. And another passage down here. Tenuto is a line above or below the note. And we're back to Bruckner, and you can see where he wants a full length of notes. Da, 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 da. Okay. Not separated. Okay. So the tenuto marking. Okay, a few more articulations, maybe not so much articulation, but directions on how to play a passage. And these are for the string instruments. Down bow and up bow. Okay, here's the bow, that's the tip, and the frog. Okay, a down bow will start pulling to the right, okay, towards the frog, and that symbol looks like this, a box without the fourth side. Okay, so you're going to pull the bow downward or outward. So the bow direction is going to be pulled down. And if you're playing cello or bass, the bow is going to be pulled outward, and that's the down bow symbol. Okay, we're now using Mahler's 7th Symphony, and these are down bow markings here. So you start the frog and pull down bows. Okay, the up bow is when you're going to push in the direction, okay, away from the instrument, and that symbol is looks like a V. Okay, so the violinist is going to push their bow forward, and the cello or string bass is going to push the bow away from them. Okay, so there's your symbol for up bow and down bow. And so we have an up bow here, and an up bow here, and down bows here. So you're going to start towards the tip and push your bow up, and down bow you're going to start towards the frog, closer to the frog, and pull down. Okay. Pizzicato, and that's going to be written as P-I-Z-Z, the abbreviation, and that means to pluck the string with your finger. pizzicato. And there's the symbol here for pizzicato, so you're going to pluck the string. And then arco is when the bow returns to the string and you're using the bow, arco. So we've had pizzicato and then it returns to bowing. So you're going to look for pizzicato followed by arco. So you're going to do pizzicato until you see arco. Okay. Some other symbols, not so much articulation, but some symbols to be aware of. Fermatas. You're going to hold the music for a longer period of time. Okay. Bach used fermatas in his chorales. They're the ends of phrases, elongating the sound. Okay. And it's up to the conductor how long that's going to be. But those are called fermatas. So the direction could be above or below. Okay. Back to Mahler, and Mahler used fermatas in several places here. And there's even a fermata over the rest, a short note, and then another fermata. So there should just be silence that should be extended. Okay. This is called a caesura, sometimes played or spelled with an A, but usually just CE. Okay, often referred to as railroad tracks. So you want a complete break in the music. Okay, and Mahler used it here. So everything just comes to a stop. And then you continue on, caesura. We also have the symbol for a breath mark, which may not always be a breath, but simply an indication for a break or to lift the bow. Okay, so Mahler used it several places here, where he wants a slight pause. Okay, so your worksheet, you're just going to identify what these symbols are, writing the word on the line below. And for this worksheet, you're going to match these four descriptions and names and place them on the lines. Okay. So those are your worksheets for lesson 20, and then lesson 21, slurs and ties.